Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a significant event that forever altered Maryland, the Key Bridge collapse. This catastrophic event not only reshaped the physical landscape, but also brought about changes in policies and infrastructure that have changed the lives of Maryland residents. Now, the bridge was a crucial part of Maryland's transportation system. It was constructed decades ago, and it was considered an engineering marvel at the time. On March 26th of 2024, a container ship named Dolly struck one of the piers of the Francis Scott Key Bridge over the Patapsco River, and within seconds of the collision, the main spans collapsed into the river below. The scene was chaotic, with emergency responders rushing in. 6 maintenance workers on the bridge didn't make it, and 2 were rescued from the river. The community was left in shock and mourning. So how did this affect Maryland as a whole? Well, first and foremost, the human toll of the collapse was not only physical, but also psychological. Many people in the community experienced PTSD and anxiety after witnessing the disaster or losing loved ones. The sudden and violent nature of the collapse, combined with the ongoing disruptions it's caused, has left a lasting impact on the mental health of residents. Counseling and support services were made available, but the emotional scars still remain for many people. Now, we did have community meetings that were held to gather input from residents. Their firsthand experiences and concerns helped inform the state's response, ensuring that the new measures address the real needs of the people most affected by the collapse. Next up, we'll talk about the traffic and how that's changed. With the bridge gone, traffic in and around Baltimore has increased drastically. The Francis Scott Key Bridge was a major route for daily commuters and freight transport, and its collapse forced thousands of drivers to find alternate routes, leading to severe congestion on nearby roads and highways. Travel times have increased significantly, specifically during rush hour, causing frustration and delays for everyone who relied on the bridge. Next, let's talk about the economic impact. The collapse blocked most shipping to and from the Port of Baltimore, affecting more than 8,000 jobs. Maryland Governor Wes Moore called it a global crisis, and the economic impact of the closure of the waterway was estimated at $15 million per day. The Port of Baltimore is a key economic artery, supporting over 15,000 direct jobs and around 140,000 jobs indirectly relating to port activities. Local businesses, particularly those relying on the bridge for transportation of goods, faced significant disruptions. Many workers were laid off or had their hours reduced as companies struggled to cope with the logistical challenges. The state provided some financial assistance and grants to help these businesses recover, but the economic shock was deeply felt across the region. The closure forced many workers to rely on public safety nets such as food stamps and unemployment benefits. And in response, Maryland legislators passed the PORT Act, P-O-R-T, which allows the state to use up to $275 million from its rainy day fund to support affected businesses and workers. The economic shock was deeply felt across the region, especially small, local businesses that cater to port workers. The port shutdown not only disrupted direct port operations, but also impacted surrounding communities. It also led to a significant loss in state toll revenue, projected to exceed $500 million over the next decade. As of this video, the port has started limited operations again, although full economic recovery will take time. And as operations slowly return to normal, Maryland is working to rebuild and strengthen its infrastructure to prevent such disruptions in the future. Next, let's talk about litigation and insurance. The collapse led to major litigation and insurance issues, with insured losses estimated between $1 billion and $4 billion. Now, this could be the largest marine insurance loss in history, with wrongful death liabilities between $350 million and $700 million. Grace Ocean and Synergy Marine filed to limit their liability to $43.6 million, and legal proceedings could last up to a decade. The city of Baltimore sued them for negligence, which could void their insurance, and a local business filed a class action lawsuit for damages. The bridge's insurer, Chubb Limited, was processing a $350 million claim for the state. Now let's talk about some of the positive things and effects that came from the bridge collapse. First and foremost, safety education became another critical component of Maryland's response. The state launched a public awareness campaign educating citizens about bridge safety, emergency preparedness, and the importance of reporting any observed structural issues. Maryland officials have said that they plan to replace the bridge by fall of 2028 at an estimated cost of $1.7 billion to $1.9 billion. The bridge collapse prompted a reevaluation of Maryland's overall infrastructure policies, and this led to the creation of a centralized infrastructure management agency tasked with overseeing the maintenance and safety of all critical infrastructure within the state. Education and training programs for engineers and inspectors were also revamped, and new certification programs were introduced to ensure that those responsible for maintaining Maryland's infrastructure are equipped with the latest knowledge and skills. Community resilience has also been another significant outcome of the bridge collapse. The shared experience of the disaster brought communities closer together, fostering a sense of mutual support and solidarity. Another significant of the bridge collapse was Maryland's emergency response systems, and the quick response from emergency services, including the Coast Guard and the public safety divers, highlighted both the strength and areas needing improvement. As a result, Maryland has since enhanced its emergency preparedness protocols, ensuring quicker and more efficient responses to future incidents. In conclusion, the bridge collapse had far-reaching effects on Maryland, from disrupting daily life and the economy to sparking significant legal battles and insurance claims. It also led to important changes in infrastructure management and emergency response, highlighting the state's resilience and determination to improve. While the bridge collapse is a sad memory, it also shows how Maryland can learn, adapt, and grow. The changes made since the disaster have made the state stronger and better prepared, making sure something like this won't happen again. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Maryland's response to the bridge collapse. It's a story of loss, but also hope, resilience, and progress. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more informational content on the state of Maryland. Until next time, take care, stay safe. I will see you on the next one.